It was a quiet night in the countryside. The sky was full of stars and everything was calm. No one expected anything unusual. But far above the earth, something strange was happening. A small spaceship, shaped like a silver disk, entered Earth's atmosphere. It moved fast, but without sound. Birds in the forest looked up and flew away. Dogs started barking. But most humans slept peacefully, not knowing visitors from another world were arriving. The ship landed silently near a deep forest, just outside a small town. The grass burned a little, but no fire spread. The ship opened slowly, like a flower. A bright blue light came out. And then 4 girls stepped onto the earth. They looked human. Beautiful, young, and glowing slightly. Their eyes were silver, but they quickly changed color. Within seconds, they looked just like normal Earth girls. Their names were Zara, Lyra, Nomi, and Isha. They were not soldiers or spies. They were just tourists, alien girls from a peaceful planet called Zerona. They had come to Earth for a short trip, no war, no mission. Just fun and exploration. This place smells green, Nomi said, breathing in the forest air. I like it already. Isha smiled. They laughed, excited like schoolgirls on a holiday. From their ship, they brought small silver bags. Each bag could change shape and size. Inside was everything they needed. Clothes, money, Earth currency made from energy, and devices to help them blend in. They walked out of the forest and reached a road. A truck passed by. The driver slowed down, confused by seeing 4 girls walking alone at night, but they smiled and waved. The truck drove off quickly. Within 1 hour, they reached the small town nearby. It was quiet and friendly. The girls used their translator device to speak perfect English. They booked a small house near the edge of town using fake documents their ship created. The next morning, they walked around like normal tourists. They wore sunglasses, jeans, and colorful tops. People thought they were students or travelers. No one guessed they were from another world. They tried Earth food, pizza, ice cream, cold drinks. Lyra loved spicy snacks. Nomi was amazed by coffee. Zara said Earth music made her feel like flying. Everything was going well. They were laughing, shopping, and enjoying life. But then, something strange happened. On the 3rd day, Zara felt dizzy. She was walking through a park when her legs suddenly shook. She sat on a bench, breathing hard. "Are you okay?" a kind human boy asked. He was holding a camera. "I think so," Zara said. Her voice was weak. Her hands were glowing. Faintly, the boy didn't notice. He gave her a bottle of water. "You should rest." Zara smiled. "Thank you, you're kind." She went back to the house and told the others. At first they joked about it. Maybe Earth's gravity is too boring. Nomi laughed, but later that night Zara had a strange dream. She was floating. In a black sky, a light inside her body was growing. She heard a voice whisper, "You are changing." When she woke up, her belly hurt. Not much, but it felt strange. Isha scanned her with a small silver device. Her eyes went wide. "Zara, your body is reacting to Earth's energy." "What do you mean?" Zara asked. "You have new cells inside you, alive. Are you saying I'm—" "Yes, you're pregnant." Zara froze. "That's not possible," she shouted. We didn't do anything." "No," Isha said. "But Earth's atmosphere is filled with strange radiation. Our DNA is not made for this." Somehow, your body changed. Silence filled the room. The other girls scanned themselves too. One by one, the same result appeared. All 4 were pregnant. "This is not a vacation anymore," Lyra said. "Something is very wrong." Outside the house, the sky was dark. The stars above were watching. The spaceship in the forest blinked. Softly, like it knew what was happening, the girls sat together in silence. They had come for fun. But Earth had given them something else. Something new was growing inside them. But what was it? A baby? A life form? A mutation? None of them had the answer. Yet. The sun rose slowly over the small town. Birds chirped. Cars moved lazily on the streets. People walked to shops, to work, to school. Just another normal day on Earth. But inside a small rented house near the edge of town, 4 alien girls sat in silence. They were no longer just tourists. They were confused, afraid, and pregnant. Zara, Lyra, Nomi, and Esha still looked human. But something inside them had changed. A new life, or maybe something stranger, was growing in each of them. And none of them knew why. They decided not to panic. Not yet. We came here to learn about humans, Isha said. Let's keep doing that. Maybe it will help us understand what's happening. So, the girls dressed in their earth clothes and stepped outside like normal girls. They smiled at neighbors, waved at the mailman, and walked toward the town square. To blend in. At the coffee shop, Nomi ordered a cappuccino with too much sugar. She liked how it made her feel warm and happy. Lyra bought a slice of cake, just because it looked pretty. Zara sat quietly near the window, watching people. Couples holding hands, children laughing. An old man feeding birds. We don't act like them, she said softly. That's because we're not them, Isha replied. Still, they tried. They signed up for local activities. Isha joined a painting class. Lyra volunteered at the animal shelter. Nomi started visiting the library every afternoon. Zara kept walking in the park, hoping to feel normal again. It was in that park where she saw the boy again. The same one who gave her water 3 days ago, he smiled. Hey, you're the girl from the bench, Zara blinked. Yes, that was me. Thank you again. You look better now. I'm trying to be. He sat next to her. I'm Ryan. I'm a photographer. I take pictures of nature, trees, clouds, weird stuff. Zara smiled. I'm Zara. I like the sky. Ryan pointed up. Then you came to the right town. We have the best sunsets. They talked for a while. Simple things. Music, movies, favorite colors. Ryan didn't ask too many questions, and that made Zara feel safe. He stood up. See you around, Sky Girl. Zara laughed for the first time in days. Maybe. Back at the house, she told the others about him. Isha raised an eyebrow. You're making friends now? Just one, Nomi smiled. Human connection might help us adjust. That night, Lyra woke up suddenly. Her body was glowing, not brightly, but enough to light the room faintly. Her hands were warm. She looked in the mirror and saw her. Eyes flashed silver for just 1 second. She touched her belly. What are you? In the morning, they ran full scans using the ship's mini medical pod. The results were strange. Inside each girl, something was growing fast. It was not fully alien, not fully human, a mix of both. It didn't need time. It was developing at 5 times the normal speed. It's using Earth's energy, Aisha said. The planet is feeding it somehow. They didn't know whether to be amazed or terrified, but something else had changed too. Nomi, while reading a book at the library, accidentally touched a chair and saw a memory flash in her mind. A boy had cried there last week. His tears were still in the wood. She shook her head. What was that? Aisha, during her painting class, predicted the teacher's next word, 10 seconds before she spoke it, and Lyra, while petting a dog at the shelter, felt its pain. A broken leg from 2 months ago. Their senses were changing, evolving. Were the babies giving them these powers? Or was Earth changing them too? We need to be careful, Zara said. This is more than just pregnancy. This is transformation. But someone was already watching them. A black car had parked across the street for 3 days now. The windows were dark. No one got in or out. It didn't belong to any neighbor. Esha noticed first. Government? Maybe, or something worse. At evening, Ryan came by again. He brought Zara a small drawing, the sky with a silver streak. I don't know why. He said, but when I see you, I think of stars. Zara took the drawing carefully. Thank you. But inside, she felt nervous. Did he know something? That night, Lyra couldn't sleep. She went outside to breathe. The air felt heavy. She looked at the black car, this time. It blinked, a small red light. A camera. They were not alone. Lyra ran inside. They're watching us. The girls looked at each other. Fear returned. Their peaceful vacation was now a race to understand, to survive, and maybe to escape. In the sky, a storm was forming. The girls sat together in the living room, the lights off, the air heavy with silence. Outside, the black car was still parked. No one got out. No one came close. But they knew someone was watching. Zara stood by the window, arms crossed, eyes on the street. They're waiting for something. Or someone, Lyra whispered. Esha opened a scanner from her silver bag. It showed energy signals all around the house, weak but not human. That car has tech inside, not just cameras, something... Alien? Alien? Nomi repeated. You mean not from Earth? Isha nodded slowly. Yes, it's not from our planet, but it's not human either. I've never seen this pattern before. A cold silence followed. Then Nomi asked the question they were all thinking. Are we the only aliens here? Zara turned away from the window. No, not anymore. The next morning, they made a decision. No more hiding. Isha stayed behind to monitor the house. The others walked into town like normal girls. They smiled, waved, bought coffee. But their minds were racing. Zara met Ryan again in the park. He was taking photos of birds. You look tired, he said gently. Just not. Sleeping well, Zara replied. You want to talk about it? Zara looked at him. There was something kind in his eyes. Honest, I think I'm not who you think I am, Ryan smiled. That's okay. No one really is. Zara blinked, surprised by his words. She sat beside him on the bench. Ryan, do. You believe in aliens? He chuckled. What, like flying saucers and green men? No, like people from another world who just want to live and learn. He looked at her for a moment, then nodded. Yeah, I think I do. Back at the house, Esha's scanner beeped loudly. A new signal had appeared, right above them. She ran outside, dot in the clouds. For just 1 second, she saw it. A glowing orb floating silently. Then it disappeared, but the scanner had recorded it. When the girls returned, Isha showed them the footage. That's not from our ship, she said. And it's not government tech. I think someone sent it. From our planet. Zara's heart skipped. What do you mean? Isha played the audio recording. A soft voice spoke in their language. Zeronian. Project Gaia is active. Subjects confirmed. Phase 2 begins now. Nomi stepped back. Project? What project? Isha opened the ship's main database, something they hadn't checked. Since arriving, she searched for Gaia, files unlocked. Videos played. A hologram appeared. It showed a council of Zeronians speaking about Earth, planet Gaia, high radiation. Compatible energy, ideal for testing new evolution programs. Send selected subjects unaware, monitor reaction. Observe reproduction and energy fusion. Do not inform the travelers. Let nature shape the result. Lyra's voice shook. They sent us as test subjects? Isha nodded slowly. We were part of an experiment. And we didn't even know. Zara stared at the screen. That's why we're pregnant. It wasn't an accident. It was planned. Nomi's eyes filled with tears. They used us. But why? Lyra asked. Why create new life on Earth? Isha. Read more. They believe the future of our race depends on combining alien DNA with new energy sources. Earth is one of those sources. Silence fell again. Then Zara stood. We came for a trip. But they sent us for something else. Now, we carry something they want to study. Nomi's voice trembled. What happens when we give birth? No one answered. That night, the scanner beeped again. The energy signals were closer, stronger. The black car was gone. But something else had arrived. Zara opened the door. Ryan stood. There. I know who you are, he said softly. Zara froze. Ryan stepped inside, slow and careful. I didn't want to scare you. I've known since the first day. Isha moved forward. How? Ryan reached into his coat and pulled out a small crystal, glowing with Zeronian light. My mother was one of you. A scout. She came here 20 years ago and stayed. Zara's eyes widened. You're half Zeronian? Ryan nodded. I felt something when I met you. A connection. I can sense energy like you can now. Lyra stepped closer. Do you know what's happening to US? Ryan looked at their glowing scanner, then at their nervous faces. Yes, he said, and it's only the beginning. Outside, the night sky turned purple for one brief second. High above, another ship entered Earth's orbit. Silent, hidden. And watching dot something was coming. Asterisk, the night felt different. Even the stars above looked brighter. Sharper, closer, inside the small rented house, the alien girls sat around a dim lamp. Listening to Ryan. His voice was calm, but his words changed. Everything. I'm like you, he repeated. Half Zeronian, my mother came here 2 decades ago. She stayed because she fell in love with this planet. Zara looked at him, her heart pounding. Why didn't you tell us before? I didn't know if I could trust you, Ryan said. I've met others before. Some weren't peaceful. You mean more aliens? Lyra asked. Ryan nodded. There are others on Earth. Some are hidden, some are watching. But you're different. You're glowing. He looked down at Esha's scanner. That means something inside you is waking up. The girls glanced at each other. They all felt it too. Strange dreams, bursts of energy, sudden moments of deep awareness. Something had changed. Something was awakening. The next morning, Nomi was at the library. She touched a book and for a second saw images in her mind, a young girl crying. Hiding that book from her angry father, Nomi dropped it. What's happening? To me? She whispered. In the kitchen, Lyra was cutting vegetables. She accidentally sliced her finger. Blood dripped. She looked away, annoyed, but when she looked back, the cut was gone, healed in seconds. Her hands trembled. At the same time, Aisha walked past a group of kids in the park. One of them was about to fall from a swing. She raised her hand without thinking. The swing stopped mid-air, like someone pressed pause on the world. The boy landed safely. Everyone clapped, but Aisha was shaking. I didn't mean to. That night, they all sat down and shared what had happened. We have powers now, Lyra said. It's not just from us, Aisha explained. It's from what's growing inside us. These ... are changing our DNA, giving us more than we had before. Is it dangerous? Nomi asked quietly. Zara didn't answer, but deep inside, she knew the answer. Yes. Later that night, Zara stood alone in the backyard. Staring at the stars, Ryan walked up behind her. You feel it too? Zara nodded. It's like something is pulling me, like a signal. I think it's them, Ryan said. The ones watching from orbit, they're not here to protect you. They're here to collect data. And maybe collect you? Zara looked at him. So we're just part of a test? Ryan hesitated. You were. But now you're something else. You've grown beyond their plan. That's why they're afraid? Afraid of us? She asked. Ryan looked at her glowing hands. Yes, because you're evolving faster than they ever expected. The next day, they returned to the ship hidden in the forest. They needed answers. ESAXS the system core. What are you looking for? Nomi asked. Proof? She said. Something they didn't tell us. She found it. A hidden message from the Zeronian High Council. It said, if fusion occurs too quickly, terminate the subjects. Earth energy is unpredictable. They must not complete the cycle. Zara froze. They're planning to destroy us? Isha nodded. Yes, if we go too far, they'll erase all evidence. Lyra clenched her fists. We need to leave now. Ryan shook his head. You can't, not yet. Your bodies won't survive space? Travel in this condition. The fusion is still happening. We don't want to be part of this anymore, Nomi whispered. Zara stood up. Then we fight back? That evening, while walking through town, they noticed something strange. People were acting differently, slower, stiff. The sky had turned gray. The wind carried a low, humming sound. Not natural. Lyra grabbed Esha's arm. Something's wrong. Suddenly, a man in a dark suit stepped in front of them. He wore black sunglasses. He wasn't blinking. Come with us, he said flatly. Ryan pulled Zara back. Run. More agents appeared. All dressed the same, all too quiet. Too fast. They're not human, Aisha whispered. They're drones. Biomech units. A chase began. The girls ran through the narrow streets, using their powers as they went. Nomi touched a metal fence. It exploded behind her, blocking one drone. Aisha raised her hand and created a gust of wind, knocking 2 more into the bush. Lyra jumped a wall and glowed bright, blinding 3 agents in one flash. Zara paused, turned back, and raised both hands, her body lifted off the ground. She was flying. Even Ryan stopped and stared. Whoa! Zara reached for him. Let's go. They made it back to the house. For now, they were safe, but they all knew this was just the beginning. The world had noticed them. The watchers from the sky had activated their agents. Their own people had marked them for termination. And something powerful was growing inside each of them, stronger than science, stronger than war, maybe stronger than the stars themselves. Rain fell quietly on the rooftop. The small house was dark inside. 4 alien girls and 1 half-Ceronian boy sat around the table, wet, cold, and silent. Everything had changed. They were not tourists anymore, not visitors. Not even just mothers-to-be, they were part of something bigger. Something cruel. An experiment. Zara broke the silence. They lied to us, our own people, our leaders. Isha nodded. They never wanted us to enjoy Earth. They wanted to study us, to test if life could grow between 2 worlds. Lyra clenched her jaw. And if the test fails, they destroy the subjects. Nomi looked down at her hands. They were glowing softly. We were never meant to survive this, Ryan stood. You don't understand. You're not failing. You're succeeding. Too well. That's what scares them. Zara looked at him. Then why try to kill us? Because evolution is dangerous. Ryan said, they thought this would take years. Maybe generations. But you're already changing faster than they ever imagined. Isha pulled out a data crystal from her scanner. There's something else. I found it in the ship's backup files. She placed the crystal on the table. A small hologram appeared. It showed a Zeronian scientist standing before a council. The Earth experiment has begun. Fusion energy confirmed. Subject compatibility is 100%. Timeline has accelerated. Termination code ready. New species predicted. Energy adaptive hybrids. Possible threat to Zeronian control. Order, observe, record, remove. Nomi's face turned pale. New species, that's us. They don't want to study us anymore, Isha said quietly. They want to erase us before we evolve further. Zara stood up. Her voice was firm. We're not their tools. We're not their test. We decide who we are now. The next morning they packed quickly. The house was no longer safe. The watchers from the sky could strike any time. And the drones on Earth were still hunting. Ryan led them into the forest, deeper than before, beyond human roads, past old ruins, to a hidden place, a cave, but this was no ordinary cave. The walls glowed softly. Symbols danced across the rocks, Zeronian language, long forgotten. What is this place? Lyra asked. Ryan placed his hand on the wall. It opened like a door. My mother built this, before she disappeared. She said one day someone would need it. Inside was an old lab. Not large, but powerful. A fusion of Earth tech and Zeronian. Science. It was alive. The girls stepped inside. The room responded to their presence. Lights turned on, screens activated. A soft voice greeted them. Welcome, hybrids. Zara froze. It knows us. Isha sat at the console. It's a learning AI, built to study new life forms. She typed quickly. Data filled the screens, scans of their bodies, energy levels, brain changes. Lyra gasped. We're not just pregnant. We're evolving. Our DNA is mixing with Earth's energy. Nomi touched her belly. What are we becoming? Isha looked up. Something new, something Earth has never seen. And neither has Zerona. That night, they rested in the lab. Zara sat outside the cave with Ryan. I used to dream of flying home, she said. But now, I don't know if home wants me anymore. Ryan looked at her gently. Maybe home isn't a place. Maybe it's what you choose to protect. Zara touched her stomach. Then this is my home now, he nodded. Then we fight for it. In the morning, Isha ran tests again. The results were clear. You can't leave Earth now, she said. The fusion is complete. If you try to leave, your bodies will collapse. So we're trapped? Lyra asked. No, Isha replied. We're rooted like a tree. Our life has connected to this planet. Zara understood. We're part of Earth now. whether we like it or not. Suddenly, alarms in the cave screamed. Esha looked at the screen. Something's coming, fast, Zara stood. How many? Ryan looked at the radar. One ship. But not from Earth, from orbit, Nomi's voice cracked. Is it them? Isha nodded. Yes, the council. They've sent an executor. The sky outside turned silver. A giant triangle-shaped ship pierced the clouds. It hovered, silent and deadly. A voice echoed through the forest, deep, mechanical. Subjects 1 through 4, stand down. Fusion violation confirmed. You are ordered to surrender. Zara stepped out of the cave. She faced the ship, her hands glowing. No. The voice replied, non-compliance detected. Preparing termination, Zara turned to the others. Get ready. We're not running anymore. Their powers sparked. Nomi's touch could bend memory. Lyra could heal or harm with energy. ESA could freeze moments in time. Zara could fly, shield, and command the storm. They were not the same girls who came to Earth. They were something more, something new, and Earth was now their home. Asterisk, the forest shook, leaves flew, trees bent. The triangle-shaped Zeronian ship hovered above, its silver body glowing with energy. Inside the cave, alarms were flashing red. Termination sequence in progress. Aisha's fingers moved quickly over the console. They've locked onto our location. Lyra looked at the sky. How much time do we have? Maybe 5 minutes, Aisha replied. Zara stood still, her eyes glowing brighter than ever. Then we fight? No, Ryan said firmly. Not here. This lab is the only safe space we have left. If we fight here, they'll destroy it, and us. Zara turned to him. Then what do you suggest? We escape, but not in the way they expect. Back. Inside, Isha activated the cave's hidden files. The system revealed something they hadn't seen before, a tunnel network. Built underground by Ryan's mother years ago. It leads far outside the forest, Isha explained. Maybe 20 miles. Zara nodded. That gives us a chance. Nomi placed her hand on the glowing wall. What about the ship in orbit? They'll track us again. Isha looked down. Not if we block the signal. How? Lyra asked. Esha hesitated, then pointed to herself. I stay behind. No, Zara snapped. We're not leaving anyone. You don't understand, Esha said calmly. I can reroute the energy from the lab. If I keep the connection open, it will look like we're still here. That gives you time to escape. Lyra stepped forward. You'll die. Isha smiled. Gently, I'll delay them, not die. I'll follow when I can. Zara's voice broke. You promise? I promise. They hugged tightly, sisters not by blood but by bond. The team moved quickly. Zara led the way through the tunnel. Nomi followed close, holding her belly now heavier than ever. The fusion inside her was reaching its peak. Lyra stayed near the back, watching for danger. And Ryan carried the scanner, guiding them through turns and paths above ground. The Zeronian executor ship fired its first warning beam. A massive blue light crashed into the earth, just inches from the cave entrance. Inside, Isha stood alone. She placed her hand on the core panel. Activate Phantom Beacon, she said. The screen blinked. Her image, a glowing hologram, was projected into the forest above. The ship's sensors locked onto it. Target confirmed. Beginning extraction. The girls were no longer the target. Miles away, deep in the tunnels, the others kept moving, but Nomi slowed. Zara stopped. What's wrong? I can hear it, Nomi whispered. Hear what? My baby, it's speaking inside my mind. Lyra looked at her. What is it saying? Nomi closed her eyes. It says, run, time is short. Mother must live. Zara took her hand. Then we keep going. After 3 long hours, they reached the tunnel's end, an old barn hidden near the mountains. Ryan opened the door. We're safe, for now. Zara turned to Lyra. Can you sense Esha? Lyra closed her eyes, focusing, then she smiled. She's alive. Relief spread across the group. Ryan looked at the scanner. But the orbit ship, it's charging a final pulse. Zara frowned. They're not fooled for long. Ryan pulled a cloth off an object in the corner. It was a strange machine, round and glowing. My mother built this. A last resort escape pod, one trip only. Zara looked at it, then at Nomi and Lyra. We can't all fit. Ryan nodded. No, but one of you can leave Earth and reach the rebel base on Luna. Luna? Lyra asked. Yes, Ryan said. The moon has a hidden Zeronian outpost run by exiles. They won't follow you there. Zara looked at her team. Nomi stepped forward. I'll go. Zara blinked. You're not strong enough. I have to go, Nomi said. The voice inside me, it's not just a child. It's knowledge, memory, a bridge between Earth and Zerona. She placed her hand on her belly. If they want to end the experiment, fine, but we carry the answer. Zara hugged her tightly. Be safe, Lyra kissed Nomi's forehead. We'll meet again. Somewhere in the stars. Ryan activated the pod. The light surrounded Nomi. The door closed. A countdown began. 3:201. The pod shot into the sky, fast, silent, vanishing among the clouds. Back in the forest. The executor ship fired its final pulse. The cave collapsed. Trees turned to ash. Silence followed. But Aisha was gone. In her place, a burned-out core. She had escaped through a second tunnel, unseen. Far away on a hill. She watched the destruction. I bought them time, she whispered. In the barn. Zara stood outside, staring at the sky. Lyra walked up beside her. Do you think Nomi made it? Zara nodded. I felt her leave the atmosphere. She's safe. Ryan joined them. Now it's your turn. This world needs defenders. And it's not just about you anymore. Zara looked at the horizon. We came as travelers, she said. But now we're guardians. This planet, this experiment. It belongs to us too. Lightning flickered in her eyes. A storm was coming, but this time they were ready. The stars were still, the sky above Earth looked peaceful, but the battle below had changed everything. Nomi's escape pod had disappeared into the clouds, heading toward the moon, toward safety. Isha had survived the explosion, escaping through the secret tunnels. And Zara, Lyra, and Ryan now hid in the barn, surrounded by silence and shadows. But something deeper was happening now, inside the girls. The final phase had begun. Zara sat on the barn floor, eyes closed, body glowing. Her breathing was slow but strong. Energy moved through her like a river of light. Ryan sat beside her, holding her hand. It's close, he whispered. Zara nodded. I can feel it. The child inside me is awake. Lyra sat near the window, watching the stars. Mine too. It's not just growing. It's aware. Like it knows what's happening outside. Ryan stood. You've reached the end of the fusion cycle. This is the moment the council feared. Full transformation. Zara opened her eyes. Then let them fear it. Meanwhile, deep beneath the Earth's surface in a hidden facility on the moon, Nomi's pod landed safely. Zeronian rebels rushed forward. Scientists, warriors, survivors, all exiled for refusing to support the experiment, they helped Nomi out of the pod. She was weak, her skin glowing bright. The fusion is complete, she said softly. The child is nearly ready. An elder rebel stepped forward. He had silver eyes like hers. Then we must prepare the world for what comes next. Back on Earth, the Zeronian executor ship had stopped moving. It hovered above the forest ruins, scanning the ground below, but it found nothing. No signals, no heat, no targets. Zara had turned off all tracking energy. We are invisible now, she whispered. Earth has claimed us. Suddenly her body shook. Ryan caught her. It's time, Zara nodded. Yes, Lyra held her own belly. Me too. A glow filled the barn. The walls trembled. Lights flickered. This was not like a human birth. It was something else, faster, cleaner, brighter. They weren't just giving birth to children. They were giving birth to a new species. Zara cried out once, a sound not of pain, but of power. Light exploded around her. The air shimmered. The stars above pulsed in rhythm. Then silence. In her arms. A child, small, glowing, floating slightly above her hands. The baby opened its eyes, and they were golden. Like twin suns. It didn't cry. It smiled. Lyra fell to her knees, holding her child too, a girl with silver veins and soft blue hair. She giggled without sound. Ryan stared in wonder. They're beautiful. They're perfect, Lyra whispered. Zara looked into her baby's eyes. They're more than that. They're the future. That night, the earth felt different. The wind was softer. The stars seemed closer. Aisha arrived just before dawn. Bruised but alive, she saw the children and dropped to her knees, tears in her eyes. You did it, she said. You really did it. Zara hugged her. We all did. Ryan stepped outside. The scanner in his hand blinked. One last time, he checked the signal. Then smiled. The executor ship is leaving, he said. They gave up? Lyra asked. No, Ryan said. They realized it's too late. Zara stood tall, her child still floating beside her. They wanted to stop us before this happened, but now they can't. 1 week later, deep in the forest, the group gathered around a glowing tree, a symbol of life, planted by the hybrid children. Its roots were not normal. They pulsed with light. Its leaves sang softly when the wind passed through them. This is where it begins, Zara said. Earth's first hybrid sanctuary, Aisha added. No more hiding, Lyra said. No more running, Ryan held his hand to the tree. People will fear this, but in time they'll understand. Zara looked up at the stars. We didn't come to destroy Earth, we came to become part of it. On the moon, Nomi stood with her daughter beside the rebel council. Her child touched a screen, and the Zeronian mainframe lit up. She spoke without words. The machine obeyed. She can speak to technology, the elder said. She is the key to peace, Nomi nodded. No more experiments. No more control. A new era is coming, not for one planet, but for all. Back on Earth, Zara held her child in her arms, feeling the warmth of sunrise on her face. We came as strangers, she whispered. Now we are mothers, warriors, creators. Her child blinked slowly and said its first word, not from the mouth but directly into her mind. Home, Zara smiled. Yes, she said. This is home. High above the earth, the stars watched quietly. And somewhere beyond them, something else listened. But for now, peace returned, not because the story had ended, but because a new life had begun.